Now, it's that time of the year again. The country's legion of toy collectors and pop culture enthusiasts are coming out in full force for a major convention happening later this week. And today, we're getting a sneak peek at that big event with one of the country's biggest toy collector communities. Joining us live in the studio is Nikko Lim, the founder of Funko Funatic Philippines. It's a beautiful day, Nikko. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Paolo and Mo, for having me.
No worries. It's always great having you here, and thank you so much for bringing some of the Funko Pops here that, alam mo, very iconic just looking at it already. I mean, like, we've seen so many versions of it. People even had customs made here in the Philippines, and you were talking about that a while ago. But then when we talk about Toy-Con in general, I don't think people realize how what's the right term for it? How nerdy in a good way, how geeky in a good way Filipinos can be when it comes to toys.
Yes, well, Toy-Con is actually not just all about toys.
Yeah.
Right now, Toy-Con is celebrating their 22nd year. And it's not just about toys, it's like all your fandoms under one roof. You have movies, comics, cards, TV shows, cosplayers, and like even music, So everything under one roof. So that's why it attracts such a diverse, audience every year. Yeah.
Nikko, I want to take us back to when you first started collecting Funko Pops. What was your very first Funko Pop toy, and what made you start collecting them?
Mahirap ata. So actually, I started maybe 12, 13 years ago. So I just saw characters from my childhood. Like, I grew up with Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like Flintstones, Jetsons, ganyan. So it brings back memories. That's why I, bought a couple, and then it started from there.
Yeah, I think the nostalgia factor is such a big thing. But it's also Independence Day today, and the nice thing is that Funko Pop with their mascot Freddy Funko has released a Filipino-themed one. Can you tell us a bit more about that one?
So this year, so Freddy Funko is the mascot of Funko, no? And he loves to cosplay as well.
Yeah.
So this year, he'll be donning Pilipinas basketball jersey.
Okay.
And that's our exclusive for Toy-Con this year.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
And but there it is. We're showing a photo of that. So Freddy Funko in a Pilipinas basketball jersey.
Yes.
No number, just a crown. Kasi we can't say who his favorite player is, I guess. Kasi they're going to say who it is. But then we're looking at that. When you take a look at the community here in the Philippines who've embraced Funko in particular, because again, all their favorite characters, pop culture, favorite sports, TV shows, and basically everything, to be honest. It's almost covered by Funko. Why do you think Filipinos attach to this particular type of toy?
Actually, not just Filipino, but the strength of Funko is it has a very wide range of licenses.
Yeah.
And it keeps on growing. So whether you're a fan of a specific movie, TV show, or athlete, music icon, or even memes, you can easily find a Funko Pop for it. So it's easy to connect with, something.
Yeah. With whatever you like. They have a toy for almost everything.
Yeah, and again, as you mentioned, a Filipino-themed one, and there are only 1,000 pieces.
1,000 pieces.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Where can you get them?
Just at the Toy-Con.
Yeah, so it's only available this weekend at Toy-Con Pop Life Celebration at SMX Convention Center.
Oh, wow.
Iiwan mo ba ito dito? Or?
Of course.
Wow, he's asking for it already.
I'll pay, but I'm just saying, this is really cool.
You gotta line up at Toy-Con. Ano ba? You have to be like everyone else. Walang special treatment.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to be a good citizen. Nikko, you started Funko Fanatics Philippines back in 2013, I believe,
2013,
right?
Yes.
What? I don't know, like, what just made you start that and just get a community of toy collectors here in the Philippines?
Well, during that time, the only venue where you can like search for anything about Funko or connect with people is through an online forum. And it's mostly Americans, like US people. So I just decided to do a Facebook group and just want to see out there like who else collects these things, you know. So and then it started from there. And then 2013, and then now we're celebrating our 12th year.
Oh, wow.
And we're now in 56,000 members on Facebook.
56,000?
Yes.
Wow.
That's crazy. How has it evolved from when you started to now?
It's
Other than the 56,000.
Yeah, dumaming followers.
Yeah, apart from that.
yeah, it's really different now. Like it keeps evolving actually time after time. So you know, you get new collectors, and then some, you know, like, you know, slow down, and then you have new ones, and then and we regularly do events as well. So which keeps the community active, you know.
You know, just looking at, again, keeping the theme with yung Philippine Independence Day, it's not the first time that there has been a Philippine drop. There has been Darna, if I'm not mistaken, Jose Marichan, which, you know, in my head, every time I see it, it's Christmas again. But when you look at the level of representation the Philippines has in the Funko catalog, I mean, it must be something that you're proud of, at least, just being able to say, "Uy, we have this here." We even had like a fast food brand there and a boxing theme and all that. Just how does that make you feel in particular, seeing Filipino toys in this line?
Actually, outside the United States, I think Philippines has the biggest is the biggest market for Funko.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, collectors here are very knowledgeable, very active, very passionate about, you know, their Funko collectibles, and we're being recognized now because Funko is actually opening their very first Funko store here in the Philippines.
Wow, really?
Yes. So
When and where, if you
End
don't
of this month at SM Mall of Asia.
Oh, I can already imagine the lines for that.
So you know, it's very proud for all Filipino fanatics.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that Filipino collectors are very knowledgeable and they have just a lot, I don't know, they're just a lot of passion in when they collect.
Yes.
But what else apart from those, what do you think makes Filipino collectors stand out?
I think compared to our Asian countries, Filipinos kasi are very like we are more connected to Western culture.
Yeah.
And I think Funko is more Western rather than, you know, like our compared to our Asian counterparts.
Yeah.
So that's why we easily connect with the licenses and the products that they release. Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. When you look at just again looking at this, we have a lot of NBA stuff here.
Yep.
WNBA, even the soccer item, the football item we have here is the American League. Lionel Messi in Inter Miami. When we look at the fact that there are lots of sports properties as well, do you feel that also connects to the Filipinos because of one, the way that we follow the NBA, and two, there was even a Funko Pop Filipino brand boxing at one point.
Yes.
When you put that all together, is that a way to connect to the Filipinos as well?
Well, the local releases are initiated by us, you know. So I guess they saw how strong, you know, the market here in the Philippines. That's why we are given such a number of exclusives. Yes.
Are you seeing any trends right now with the young Filipino collectors?
Well, right now the young ones, they're a little different from our, you know, our time.
I'm interested in the difference.
Yeah, because like before, we just buy, you know, Funko right from the store, and now they're very picky. They're very sensitive about, you know, box condition. You know, they check the box if it's in good shape. Because before, when we started, we don't really mind, you know, if there's like a small crease.
You just want that, right?
We just want the figure. You know? But now they take time. Like some even, you know, they go to a store, they pick up like 5 of the same items, you know, and then pick the best one.
They really
have-
check. Actually,
yeah.
I do that though when I buy stuff. I'm very
really?
particular. I always go to the very back
Yeah.
and have to make sure it's the most pristine
Yes,
condition.
yes, yeah.
But how do you handle that? So when we speak about resellers and buyers, how do you handle the tension in that community?
So may grading ba?
Right now, wala pang grading eh. So,
Really?
yung grading nila is just, their personal opinion.
Okay.
So sometimes they put it there like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, but it's just their own, opinion of
Yeah.
your item. Yeah. But eventually, maybe next time, we
Yeah.
can have something like that.
I have a theory. Do you feel that the boxes, people being very particular
Yes.
about its condition is because nagtitrend ngayon in general when people look at cards online and then the grading system and then they're saying that this is worth this much, this is
Yes,
worth that much.
probably.
Kasi grabe yung I've been seeing people making content on, for example, NBA cards
Yes.
or maybe Pokemon cards and then looking at every single detail and saying that this is the value of this because of that. Do you feel that that is now starting to cross over sa mga collectibles?
A little, but not too much because PSA pala, they can grade Funko pala.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, but the collectors are not yet buying into it. Not everyone. Yeah, but I think they started na.
That's
PSA.
super interesting.
I didn't see he had cinnamon roll. So cute. I love cinnamon roll. And then I
Yeah.
just saw on the LED screen that you had, like you mentioned earlier, the Jetsons. So it's one of my favorite movies. Oh, I want to get my hands on those now. I think you got me hooked. I want to start collecting. But let's talk about what other people collect now. Because, right, apart
Yeah.
from Funko Pops, people are collecting Labubus,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yes, of
What do
course.
you think is, I don't know, like, how do people get hooked on these toys? Not just Labubus. We see in, like, Miniso or Daiso, like all
Right.
those stores, they have the surprise boxes,
Yes,
right,
yes.
that they see. So how do you think these toy collectors get hooked on the different types of toys?
Well, toy collecting is constantly evolving, no? So it's what's hot now might cool off later. So you just need to be updated. You need to just enjoy the ride, I would say.
Yeah.
Just enjoy what's there. You don't need to stress or overthink about these things. But because these toys collectibles are all about fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
just make it a fun hobby.
Yeah, just make it a fun hobby.
What I like about Funko Pop is because it's such a wide range and some of the licenses are a bit older. So some of the things that we enjoyed when we were younger, it personally brings out the kid in me.
Yes.
When we look moving forward though in the future, is there any Filipino icon that you want to see on a Funko Pop that hasn't had one yet?
Well, there's a lot in my personal wish list.
Oh,
Yes.
What's in the top? Siguro top 3 natin. Top three mo.
Well, some are, like brands that are very popular here in the Philippines.
Okay.
But some are also sports personalities. Like a while ago, we're talking about tennis. Di ba?
Alex Ayala.
Yeah.
Alex Ayala, of course. If you're watching,
Oh,
We want a Funko Pop
Yes,
of you,
yes.
Alex.
actually, yeah. I wish we could have the moments. Can you imagine a Gilas Pilipinas one
Yes,
also?
yes.
That would be
for-
cool, actually.
Huh?
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
That would be cool, especially one dedicating
Or-
the Asian Games gold.
Yes,
Yeah.
Or Heidelin Diaz with the
Yes,
Olympic gold.
Carlos, or
absolutely.
sila
Aloy
Carlos
Yulo.
DJ. Yeah.
DJ Obe.
We're in a very good time for Philippine sports. Okay, I'm really
You
enjoying
have some
it.
great ideas for some
Yeah.
Funko Pops here in the
yeah.
Philippines.
Also,
Commentators rin pwede rin.
Philippine Heroes, we're looking at it.
Philippine Heroes also.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that'll be
That's
great.
a nice series also.
that would be good.
Fantastic. Nikko Lim is the founder of Funko Funatic Philippines. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you. For those who are interested to learn more about Funko Pop Philippines in particular, how do they do so? And of course, could you invite everyone to check you guys out come ToyCon?
So, everyone, if you love Funko or want to learn more about Funko, just join us in our Facebook group, Funko Funatic Philippines. And of course, we'd like to invite everyone this weekend June 13 to 15 at SMX Convention Center for ToyCon Pop Life Celebration.
Oh, I'm about to join the Facebook group. I think I'm interested now that I see all the toys.
Yeah, no, it's really a rabbit hole. Okay?
Yeah,
Like
it's so
I had a phase.
cool.
I had a phase too. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for joining us, Nikko.
Thank you.
Nico.